Okay, let's check this out. This is pretty much, this is the academic ICE module. It's the academic ICE module, all these years, say after the corona epidemic, there are 2 days you could register for ICE. It could be on Saturdays or it could be Thursdays. And the ICE stands for International English Language Testing System. The highest you can get is 9. And first, let's talk about the academic module. It's basically, the speaking tests take place on a separate day. But if you're giving the computer-based exam, you'll be able to give all these 4 sections on a particular day. So let's talk about the general one. Here you start with the listening and check it out that in each of the sections, 9 is the highest band you can get. So the exam starts with the listening section, it's 9. Then you move on to the reading section, 9, and then move on to the writing section, is also 9. On a separate day, usually the speaking exam takes place. So if you're giving the listening exam, it takes around 40 minutes. And the 30 minutes is the real exam, and you'll get the 10 minutes extra time to transfer your answer from the listening booklet to listening answer sheet. So there will be 4 sections, and there will be 10 questions in each of the sections. And there are 12 or 13, 10, 12, 13 types of various types of questions. There's no fixed number, they can come up with their own types of questions as well. So at least 10 types of questions they have. And audio is approximately 10-30 minutes. Based on the audio, you're going to fill in the blanks. Mostly fill in the blanks. We'll just follow the instruction and give you a answer. And immediately after the listening, you move on to the writing section. The reading section, I'm sorry. This section has 3 passages. You have to solve all the 3 passages. You're going to get a good score. 40 questions. You will have to answer 40 questions, each carrying 1 mark, and so it's a 40-mark exam, just same as listening. And here are also 12 certain types of questions. And if you can get in both listening and reading, 39 to 40, you get a 9 out of 9, 37, 38 is 8.5, 35, 36 is 8. This is how it works. Okay, and immediately after that, you move on to the writing section. In the writing section, we have 2 sections basically, task 1 and task 2. Task 1 basically is a report. It's a 150 words report. You're expected to write within 20 minutes. There are a few types of questions that you might get, but it will be just one of them. One type, they'll give you one type, and you don't have any option to change your question. Whatever they give, you have to accept that. You have to write that. So it's a pie chart, it's a bar chart, it could be a pie chart, it's a bar chart, it could be a line graph, it could be a table chart, it could be a map chart, it could be a process diagram, it could be a flow chart, any of these. Okay, and you also have the task 2, this is the essay. The highest score you can get is 6. Essay is 250 words, 40 minutes. You can't write less than 250 words, and you shouldn't be taking more than 40 minutes. And there are usually 5 types of questions. It could be opinion essays, discussion essays, problem solution essays, advantage and disadvantage essays, double question essays. These are the 5 types of, and I'll give you this one, and that's it. You'll have to write that one. There's some structure, they expect you to write in a certain manner, you should write that. Okay, there's also, and 60 minutes, as I mentioned, you can even start with task 2 up to you. And as I mentioned, there's a separate day for speaking. It could be before that, the day you sit for this 3 section, or even after that, but within a week. So on speaking, you have a separate day. It lasts for 11 to 14 minutes. Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. Part 1 is basically about yourself. They will ask you a question about yourself, about your study, about your hobby, about all this stuff. Okay, and immediately after that, it lasts for 4 to 5 minutes. Part 1, and then you go on Part 2. Part 2 is a cue card. They call it a cue card, and you will be given a small copy, just a prompt, 2-3 lines, and there's some tasks. You're expected to follow this prompt and the answer. That's kind of Part 2. And then you have Part 3. Part 3 is a follow-up question. The follow-up questions are, it's this one, the third part questions is similar, are kind of grammatically same as Part 2 question, and we'll ask you some more in-depth questions. That's Part 3. So this is pretty much what IELTS is all about, and whatever you get in those 4 sections, 9, 9, 9, 9, whatever you get, they're going to add it up and they'll divide it by 4, and that's here. That's basically your answer. Okay. So this is, let's see some GT, general training, those who are trying to get for immigration. This is GT. It's almost same as the academic one, except the listening is the same for academic and GT. Reading is a little bit different. It is 60 minutes, 3 sections, 5 passages, 4 short and 1 long. There will be 40 questions and 12 types of 40 around 40 questions, each having 1 more, same as the academic, and there are 11 or 12 types of questions. Creative is easy, and writing you have almost same as the academic, except this writing report. And when the task 1, instead of writing a report on need to do here, you need to write a letter. They're formal, it will be the same formal essays. You'll have to write a 150 words essay within 20 minutes. Then finally, the essay comes. The essay is, you need to write at least 250 words, not less than that, and they suggest you to spend 40 minutes, and this is the same as academic one, opinion essays, discussion essays, problem solution essays, advantage essays, disadvantage essays, double question essays, and the speaking section is same as that of, is exactly the same as. Okay. So we can also see some listening. Let's check out that. So this is a listening section. This is a basically this is a listening section. You have, in the first part you have 10 questions, and the second part you have 13 to usually another 10 questions, part 2, and extension of part 2, and then you have section 3, is the extension of section 2, this is section 3, this one is section 3, this is section 4, and this is the final thing. So 40 questions, and each carrying 1 mark, so it's 40 mark exam. And then, based on how many you got correct, they're going to assign you. So let's move on to the next one. Is the reading section. The reading section here, as I mentioned there, for academic. This is just a sample of academic one. Here we have 3 passages. You see, 1, 2, 3 passages. In the first passage, the questions. The second passage is the question, and the third passage is the question. Okay. And then let's move on to the mock. This is the writing part. The writing part is a snap. It's a bar chart. So you'll have to describe this bar chart. There's a format. It's always advisable to follow that format and you have to write it. And this is the essay. So this is pretty much, and also we have also the speaking section. In the school days, it's a building. Part 3. This is the speaking sample question. This is the first part. These 2 sections. The first part, they might ask you a few more questions. It's just a sample. And the cue card, there's the second part, there's a topic, and you need to speak on this topic. And you'll have to speak on this topic, whatever is given. And they are going to ask you some extended question based on this section. Okay, this is pretty much speaking section. Just a moment. Okay, we can watch a video if we start our grammar class, and this might be of help to you. Let's check it. Sign. I hope you listen to the audio.
Now, in this first part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about where you live. Where do you live in your country? I live in Hyderabad, which is the capital of Andhra Pradesh, in the southeast of India. It is a very big city. About 7 million people live there. And is it an interesting place to live? Oh yes, a very interesting place to live. Hyderabad has a very long history. So there are lots of ancient forts, mosques and other monuments. There is a very beautiful lake, and there are also lots of wonderful markets. And will you live in Hyderabad in the future? Yes, I think once I finish my studies here, I'll go back to Hyderabad. My husband is from Hyderabad too, so I think we'll stay there. Now let's talk about hobbies and interests. What hobbies and interests are popular in your country? People have many different pastimes in my country. I think the most popular these days are things like gardening and do-it-yourself, which is when people, well, usually men, make things for their home. I think women tend not to have too many hobbies. You can't really call shopping a hobby. I think in the past, women used to fill up the leisure time that they had. You enjoy? Well, like a lot of people, my work takes up a lot of my time. And at the weekend, I like to meet up with my friends or go out with my... go out with my husband. So I don't really have much time for hobbies. But I do read a lot, especially history and biography. Also, I love collecting art, so I go to a lot of art fairs. I really like colorful, abstract art, which really brighten up our homes. And what hobbies and interests did you have as a child? Gosh, that was a long time ago. Let me think. I used to collect key-rings. I think I had about 20 or 25. They were silly things really, but fun for a small child. I used to like painting and drawing. My parents were very supportive and they bought me a lot of oil paints, but I'm not really very talented. I also played the clarinet. I was in a junior orchestra. I remember once we played a concert and my reed broke during the first piece, and so I couldn't make any sound. And do you think parents should encourage their children to have a hobby or interest? Oh, yeah. Yes, very much so. I think it is very important for children to have something other than school, television and computers. Sometimes a hobby can turn into a very successful career, but even if it doesn't, it can help the child develop as a person as they learn about new things and meet new people who share the same hobby. Now let's move on to talk about the weather. Do you prefer hot weather or cold? I think I prefer cold weather. I know most people prefer hot weather, but it is always so hot in my country that it is a nice change to feel the cold. Of course, in the cold, it's very easy to put on a hat and gloves to keep ourselves warm. Tell me about the weather in your country at different times of year. India is so big that there are many different climates. So I'll just talk about the weather in Hyderabad. Generally, we have a tropical wet and dry climate. That means that the summers, March to June, are hot, over 30 degrees and very humid. Sometimes it can reach over 40, which is just unbearable. At the end of the summer, the monsoon comes and it rains for about 3 months. After the rainy season, it's winter, which is quite short, just a couple of months. Which time of year did you enjoy most as a child? Well, I think like most children, I would say the summer, when we had the long school holiday. But I always preferred spring. There's something so lovely about when everything starts to grow again after the winter. You can almost smell it in the air. And has the weather changed much in your country in recent years? I don't think so really. I know that in some countries the climate has been changing because of global warming, but where I live it seems to be the same. Just heat and rain. I have noticed something. In recent summers when it's very hot, there have been many water shortages. I don't remember that happening when I was younger. Thank you. Now I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand? Yes. There's your paper and pencil. And here's your topic. I'd like you to describe a gift or present that somebody gave you recently.
Abdul, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm just come.
Can you listen to the video?
Yes, sir. I can clear it, but I think there was some echo from the same voice. same sound is coming, but it's okay. I can understand what they are talking about.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. We can even start speaking. Yeah. We can do that. Huh? Okay. Let's do that. Let's just wait here.
Yes, sir.
So did you experience any problem with joining in, or you could join in straight away? You had any problem? No.
Sir, the internet connection is. Sir, can you please repeat?
Oh no. I'm saying that. Did you have any problem with joining in? No.
No, sir. I
Okay.
didn't find any
Okay. Okay. You just.
trouble.
Okay. Now you have 1 to 2
Okay.
minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll let you know when the time is up. Could you start?
Okay. So, Afroz, how are you? You're here?
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. How are you today? Fine?
Yes, I'm fine, sir.
Okay. So, we have two students. Let me ask you a few questions. Huh? Let's practice.
Yes.
No problem. I think that will be better. Okay. Let's start with some. And we're going to have some grammar class today, later on, huh? We're going to have some grammar
Yes, sir.
class. You know that, huh?
Yes, sir. I noticed the email you write.
Okay.
I find it.
Let's see. We'll try it out. If it works, we'll do more of these.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So, wait. Okay. Mahmoud, can I ask you what are the advantages of a bicycle compared to a car? What is the advantage of a bicycle compared to a car?
Sir, first of all, I can say that riding bicycle could be a good exercise, and it could be an ideal exercise for human body, because at the same time you can exercise while you can reach your destination by riding bicycle,
Okay.
and it will give you some comfortness also. So you can ride with there is no artificial environment then like whenever you ride a car inside it, but uh, comparing to ride a bicycle, it will give you some fresh air. We can enjoy the fresh air while riding it, and at the same time you will be physically benefited.
Okay. What about Afroz? Can I ask you? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Afroz, is there any problem to that? Mahmoud was saying that it's quite convenient to go to the office. Is there any problem to that? If you ride a bicycle and reach your office, what could be the problem?
I think the problem will be regarding that it is quite a time consuming. You need some more time. If you want to go to office, then you have to prepare you for the time, because you have to get out from home too much earlier. And
Earlier.
moreover, I think the advantage is more uh, enough before disadvantage, because it is less expensive, and everyone according to age.
Is it suitable for Bangladesh? Do you think that such a humid country
In
where you will go to the office and uh,
no,
you get
not
my
at
point? But
no, not at all. According to our society,
hmm,
bicycle riding is not very popular among young generation as well as the adult person also. And obviously, office going person definitely doesn't use bicycle for it also like social stigma here that bicycle riding is only for the child
Okay.
or something like that.
Something like that. Okay. It's not. Okay. Fine. Okay, Mahmoudin, can I ask you?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you. So, how do you usually spend your weekends? You know, so during this Corona time, do you feel that you're in the middle of the weekend? How do you feel that you're?
Sir, to talk about my weekend, before the pandemic is began, sir, it was quite different from comparing to current situation. At
Hmm,
the weekend, I used to hang out with my friends. Sometimes we also meet with each other in the restaurants or maybe in some popular uh, like public park, I can say. And as I lived in beside Mirpur Cricket Stadium, so it was also a good place for meeting with someone. So there are some places you can sit down and talk with and have pass some good times. But nowadays, because of this virus issue, I don't feel that I am I don't feel like before as I feel, because every time I feel like I don't have any work. It's more like every day is weekend for me. So it's quite a bit different comparing
very,
to
very,
before.
very, very different. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and I think this is kind of very different, huh?
Yes, sir.
Hopefully, and let's see what happens. You know, are you very
And
sure
sir,
that? Huh?
one thing I noticed that most as a person, I'm starting to adapt to this kind of like environment with my physically and mentally. So I don't know how can I recover this adaptation when the situation will become normal as before. So I'm become
Okay.
more lazy or something like that.
So for some people, you know, it's a big change. Huh?
Yes, sir.
It's a very big change. Let's see what happens. Uh, just a moment. Okay. So let me just one minute. Okay. So, Ms. Afroz, let me ask you: is any particular kind of job young people don't want to do in Bangladesh? Afroz,
Yes,
you can listen
sir.
to me.
What kind of
Huh.
job do you young
Is
people
there any
not
particular
want
kind of job? Yes, not want to do in our country.
young people?
Yeah.
Nowadays, I think uh, young
Any
people
any
as
any
a
particular
student,
job? Huh.
as a student, um,
Okay, why don't I ask you the next question? Who is best at advising young people about choosing a job? Teachers or parents? Who is best at advising you? Whom do you who do you think is the best person? Who understands the student better than others? Teachers or parents?
I think it depends. Whatever the situation is, who is the best advising young people about choosing a job? I think parents are the most knowledgeable person for any child. So, parents know what are the lackings or what are the good qualities or bad qualities among a person. So, parents know well about his or her
Within a person?
his
Within
or
a
her
person?
or the capacity or potentiality for any kind of job she or he can do or not. So I think the parents are the best for any
Okay,
kind of advice.
okay,
Also, though there is a vast impact of
hmm,
teachers advice on a student, because young people always try to listen to their teachers, because they always there is a tendency to disobey their parents
hmm,
or anything like they thought the parents always
Okay.
advise them.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah, I understood. Um, let me ask you a few questions. Mahmoudul, can I ask you? You know, uh, have you been keeping in touch with your extended family members? You know, your cousins, your relatives. How much you have been keeping in touch with them? Hello, Mahmoudul. Are
Yes,
you
sir. Yes,
there?
sir. Yes, sir. I'm here. But sir, I didn't heard the noise. Like it was maybe my internet connection.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Can you repeat?
So I'm just asking that what do you enjoy? Okay, have you been keeping in touch with your extended family?
Uh,
I'm
yes, sir. You are talking about my relatives, right?
relatives, yes, relatives. So have you been in
Yeah.
touch with them a lot?
Yes, sir. Sir, I try to like talk
Especially,
with my,
especially,
especially with my
I'm talking about the during the lockdown or
yes, sir.
pandemic.
Sir, some I have two uncles. So most of the time, whenever I maybe it's once or twice a week, I try to talk with them with my some cousins also, and
Hmm.
they I think that they are the people who are concerned about us because we are living in Dhaka and they are outside Dhaka, so they are noticing that the media is publishing the uh, some news about coronavirus, and they are really concerned about how we are dealing with this situation, and they are asking about our current like activities, and they are encouraging us not to go outside and try to like protect ourselves with some some procedures. So yeah, it's little bit more than as usual we talk as before the pandemic. Yeah.
Okay. Who can I ask? Afroz, can I ask you?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the media is projecting too negative news or too positive news? Mostly negative. Do you think they're more negative, or is it that the case is not as serious as they're projecting? Do you think they're
No,
focusing on the negative aspect too much? No, I'm just
about
asking.
about about the
About the
coronavirus.
pandemic. Yes,
Oh,
about the
okay.
coronavirus,
No, 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 sir, not at all.
or
I don't think so, because it is a vast, more serious issue.
okay, so it's serious.
It's serious
Okay.
issue, and you see, my brother is studying in China. Actually, he is
Your
studying
brother.
aeronautic. Yes,
Oh,
my elder brother.
okay.
He is studying aeronautical engineering in a university in China. So he came to our home for the summer visit,
Okay.
summer vacation actually,
Vacation.
in last January month.
January. I see.
And after just he arrived, then the pandemic is was starting over
Started
there.
the over there. Okay, it started over
So
there.
so at first we really doesn't give much attention
No,
to that
we
news.
didn't. We
we,
didn't
we
give any.
didn't we didn't give that much attention to this news, because they are due to this Facebook and other social media, there is a different kind of topic which goes on viral, just for people sharing it, but not the real news. uh,
Okay. Okay.
so but after that, when we see that the virus is gone, so pandemic, and WHO, World Health Organization, also declared it as a pandemic.
Okay.
And then after the most
Okay. 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 No problem with that, but you need to concise it, huh?
yes, yes, sir.
Concise,
I
within a
concise it with the
ha,
positive.
ha. No, no problem. So, is he here? Is he still here?
Yeah,
He's
he is
stuck.
still here. He is still here, and
And
the
then,
varsity is still not
oh, it hasn't opened.
starting their classes.
I
Yes.
see. In which part? in Wuhan or some other part?
Guangzhou.
Oh, he's studying in that part, you know, where it started. Wuhan.
No.
Oh no,
That's
some other part.
the some other part.
I see.
And
But still, you know, the university haven't started, even in China. I thought that the university is okay. So, is he afraid to go back to China? What about your brother?
He's not afraid, but he's not afraid. But my mom and dad and I have much concern about
Some reservation
because he is my only one brother.
Only one brother, and what if something and it's in China and something happens, you may not even know what's happening.
Because no one can say that the virus is gone forever or it come back again.
Okay.
We cannot give
it's like if something happens, let's happen together. You know, let's all be affected. Okay, okay. So are we? Okay, so Mr. Farah, are you? Farazi, Mr. Farazi, are you there? Okay. So Mahmudur, are we looking at? You know, can we see the light at the end of the tunnel about this coronavirus as yet? Or do you think that you know the vaccine will?
Yes, sir. Sir, I get it. The question.
It will.
Yes, sir.
You know,
sir, I think we will going to have the vaccine.
No, we are going to
have vaccine soon, because most of the country, many of the Bangladesh is number 11 country that are currently like trialing the corona vaccine. I heard the news 2 days ago, and I think most of the developed country are trying to producing vaccine, and I think this situation will not be take longer. I think we will get it soon.
Okay, so what I was saying that in what probably in one of my you know acquaintance, he was saying that you know, he lives in probably Adabad. He's saying you know except few, you know, it was probably a bit sarcastic, you know, except few Bhaddurlok, everybody's in the road. You understand what we mean by Bhaddurlok, you know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, who can afford it to stay at home and who are worried about what's going to, except that everybody's only those people, and sometimes those people are getting affected. That's also a problem.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Those are okay.
So one thing I really noticed about my country that yes, maybe some hours ago I heard a news about Regent Hospital. I think you also read about it.
Yes, we have been reading that.
Yeah, sir. It's sir. I sometimes I really feel like our country is going to where like in this pandemic situation they are doing out. They are like taking the advantage of people. This situation actually. So it's really shocking.
And another thing, you know, think about that. Even those those disinfectants. If you go to Mitford, you know, there's no guarantee you're getting the right stuff.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm saying that you know, I think everything is serious. Everything is serious. Even you cannot even leave out those because you're bringing in those and you're using it, but it's not working. I don't know. You know, and people, you think they take it very seriously, or they think yes, in Bangladesh anything can happen?
Sir, I think most of the Bangladeshi business minded like people, they are just trying to do business whatever the situation comes, and they
business come first.
Yeah, business come first. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Yes.
Okay, let's start at 7:45. Huh? We'll start our grammar. Himu, are you there? Himu?
Yes, Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. Okay, so Himu is your what, nickname, or
yes,
can
sir.
I use Himu? Okay,
yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay. What's that on top? What's that?
So it
That's your
was
friend?
I opened that email long ago. I was really puerile
Okay.
in mindset. So
Okay, and I
the
thought it's,
one
sometimes
who what?
your friends
Yeah.
might be calling you, there's some, not bad name. I'm saying that, okay, so
So,
there's no,
yeah. The
okay,
meaning
so,
of Hundok is the one who just walks. Yeah.
oh, I see. Okay, so which language it's from? Hontok?
No, it's from Bengali language, and it
Bengali?
was
Oh, I
actually
didn't
yeah.
know that Hontok.
It was. I mean, I found it in a book of
Humayun
Humayun
Ahmed,
Ahmed.
is it?
Yeah.
Humayun Ahmed.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was really a fan of this series, so I. Oh my god.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me. Okay, so why do you think some people feel unhappy when they first retire from work?
Yes, even for a long time, doing monotonous work with the colleagues, their environment changed suddenly, and their whole thing changed suddenly. Yeah, sometimes they find themselves in a lonely situation, and they also sometimes suffering from inferior complexity as they prioritized before. Now their field of work and their commandment is obsolete. Suddenly, so that's why
So I
when
think
they
it's just quite.
after retirement, immediately after retirement, that's why they're being anxious about it. I saw many
Okay, so
people. I mean, they come to our psychiatrist
it is
department.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
unless it is like that, you have lots of money, you can travel the world, or you have an extended family, you couldn't get time
Yes.
now. You don't have to worry about. And your life, in most of the cases, what happens if you leave your job, the quality of your life usually, sometimes it will.
I mean, it's
A little
sometimes,
bit.
yeah,
Okay,
a
so,
little bit depressed.
okay,
So
sometimes it
that's why
deteriorates a little bit.
they're suffering from anxiety.
Anxiety. Okay. It takes some time. So it's very natural. I believe it's a
Yes.
natural. And many people probably they're facing this problem during this corona. Even they are not retiring, but many of them they lost their job.
Yes.
They were they're doing their
Mm.
job, and even the teachers, I believe, because not all the teachers are engaged in the same manner. Some teachers they're engaged, some teachers they're not just engaged in the way they used to be.
Can I share?
Yeah.
Can I share a story for today? It's a very short story. Actually, for the first day, I have a colleague which I'm supposed to work with her. I mean,
Yes.
in the upcoming duty, she
Okay.
suddenly came today in our conference room while we're holding a meeting regarding what should we do, what is the protocol of doffing and donning and doffing. I mean, it's the protocol to how we put on the PPE, how we
PP.
take off the
Okay. Yeah.
PPE. So
Yes. Yes.
there are several rooms. So while she came lately, and she just let us know she ought do his duty in this situation in compassion. Because what's the reason? Because she has two little kids,
Hmm.
so she tried harder to manage it, but she couldn't actually. Yeah, so that's why she had to leave her job.
Leave her
So
job.
yeah, so
You
yeah,
can
she
help
left.
it just
Yes,
completely.
completely.
Okay. Just to leave her job. Okay. Yeah.
It's a sad
Strange
story.
things are happening. This
Yes.
and this is unprecedented. Nobody. Which sectors are less affected? Which sector? What do you think? Which sectors are?
Till now, I think the teaching section, because the teachers are not directly exposed to the environment
Okay.
in their, yeah, like before. Yeah, so they're less likely exposed.
Less likely.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, less likely exposed.
Okay. But in other sectors, even in the private sector, you'll have to go to the office.
Of course,
Very few.
every
In a
public sector.
few. Even what about work from home? Is there any sector now they are allowing? Some. Just few. Probably
No,
it could be big. Say Grameen phone. I don't know whether.
yes,
Few
No,
of them.
they're not allowing totally. I mean the GM
Totally.
and some people who deal with the economy. I mean the transaction have to go to the office, have to transact, have to
Okay,
go
so
to
it
the
depends
bank
on
for transaction.
depends.
Yeah, what's
Okay.
your designation is.
Yes,
It
yes,
depends
yes.
upon your designation and what's your
Designate. If you have to go, you have to go.
Yes.
You have to, you can't help it. Okay. So do you think it's better if everybody moves out of their house? What do you think?
No.
That herd economy, herd,
Yeah.
but immunity. That's thing. You know,
So
sometimes we're thinking,
actually
does it work
for
here? Does it work here?
actually if I'm going to I mean define herd immunity according to the community medicine given by the definition from WHO, it says that if the 95% of the people in a country or a community is infected by a particular disease, vaccinated from a particular disease, the other 5% don't need for the same vaccination.
I see. I
They
see.
will get the immunity by this surrounding people, by the rest 95. So actually, we have this is a misnomer regarding. I mean, in this situation, in this
In this
pandemic.
situation,
So
even
there is no
in
herd.
I think
Yeah.
Italy, they're saying that they checked on that and only 5% of the whole community were infected. They thought
My
that it would be more.
yes, yes,
Eventually,
unfortunate.
okay. So, guys, we'd like to start with some, grammar. Grammar today.
Sir,
Let's start that.
should we take notes, or after the session you will send the material? Should we take any notes?
Okay, let's start. Let's start. I'm not even sure because it's the first
Okay.
class. I'm not even
Okay.
sure how I'm going to do that because, whatever class I took, those were, in class. This is online class, huh? But still, let's start it. And let's start it, and hopefully we'll be able to pick it up. Huh? And I will talk to you. And okay, let's start first, huh? And then definitely I'll be sending you all the materials we'll be covering. I'll send you after the class. Huh? Okay. So, Mizan Bhai, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Mizan Bhai, how are you?
Hello, sir.
How are
I'm
you?
fine, sir.
You're
I'm
fine.
fine, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Abdullah Bhai, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, the grammar, huh? You're willing to start the grammar?
Yeah.
Grammar part?
Yes,
Mizan Bhai,
sir.
grammar?
Yes, sir.
I'm very much enthusiastic about this
Okay.
class.
Okay. Let's start. Let's see. Hopefully, it helps you, or whether we get the impetus to carry forward this class as well, huh? Because this is kind of a little bit of experimental class. I don't know, because a little bit structured after GMAT. GMAT is difficult. GMAT is not fun. It's not just fun game. So it takes some time. Okay. So let's start. Huh? So I'm going to start it now. So why don't I give you some overview first? Huh? Some of the grammar terms probably you have forgotten. Should I go from there, or should I start from? So this is our. Let me show you. Mostly, we are going to cover these.
Sir, can you share the screen?
Oh, I haven't.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Oh, I thought that I was sharing it. Okay, just a moment. This one. Okay, mostly what happens in GMAT, see, these are the questions. Huh? You have done it, in IBA admission test and everything. Huh? This is how it works. We just keep on doing it, and gradually you might have problem in that, your concept. This is basically, we'll be covering some tense issues, some referent issues. We are not going to cover everything, and some idiom issues. There are other parallelism and everything. Huh? Let's start it, and at the end of the class, we'll discuss, how it went. Huh? Okay, so we'll be doing it like that. So, do you want me to just give some basic idea about grammar? Basic?
Yes, sure.
Okay, you say around 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, so just tell me if you have any problem with sound. Okay, so this one. Okay, so let me write something. Okay, let me write two sentences. Huh? Let me write that. He scored, say 334 in Jerry, and then I'm writing. Think about this one. He is leaving for USA next fall. FAL. Okay, can we write a sentence like that? He scored 334 in GRE. He's leaving for USA next fall. Can we write?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. What's the problem with this sentence? Is it a sentence? Is it? Can you tell it's a sentence? How are you going to change it? How you are going to? So one could be if I put a full stop. Huh? Okay, yes. This is one. Okay, this is correct. Huh? He scored 334 in.
Yes.
Okay, so is there any way
we can locate the sentence by putting some.
What else? What else we can?
We can put. I mean the sentence like collocation, like and, while.
No. We are not going to put any conjunction. Okay, let's talk about. We'd like to put some punctuation.
Yeah.
Except okay. So what was we already put a
full stop.
Full stop. Okay. Can we put a comma? Can we put a comma? Can we use a comma?
I don't know, sir.
Anybody? Okay, can we write like that?
If we use scoring 334 in GRE, comma, he is leaving for USA next fall.
Okay, can we write like that? Say this is.
He scored 334 in GRE, comma, for leaving for USA next year.
Okay, is it correct? No. He scored 334 in GRE, comma, is leaving for USA next fall.
No.
Is it a correct sentence? Anybody?
No.
Can we write it as a sentence?
No, this is not a correct one.
It's not a correct one?
No.
Directly use
just you have to put the semicolon.
Sir, can I say scoring 334 in GRE, comma, he is leaving for USA next fall?
Okay, that could be one option. But here, what's the problem?
Can I say it?
Yes. So okay, we'll come to that. We'll come to that later. First, let's clear it up. This one. What is this? There is a independent clause. There is a clause. Yeah. Independent. Okay. Sorry. Okay. This is a clause. This is a sentence. This is also. This is also a sentence. We can have two sentences with a comma. We can never, this is a sentence, this is a sentence. We can never, two complete sentences, we can never. If you write like, what's the name? It's a noun key. It's called comma splice. Comma SPLICE. This is a mistake. Comma splice. And what if you don't put anything? There are two options. You didn't put anything. He scored 334 in GRE. Is leaving for USA next fall. Two complete sentences, you are not connecting with anything. What's the name of that? There's a name. What's that name? This is called run on. There's a mistake. It's the name of a mistake. Run on sentence. Okay, this is called run on sentence. If you put a comma, if you try to say, he is tall. He plays good basketball. this is, if you write like that, this is called what? A run-on sentence, run-on sentence. The same as. What if you put a comma? You're trying to
Comma,
put a comma.
relative
Eta hoche, what is this? This is called a comma splice. So both are mistakes. Both are mistakes. So what are the ways you can now tell me?
You can use a relative pronoun.
Okay, no, let's talk about the punctuation. What kind of punctuation we can use? Yes.
Semicolon. Semicolon.
Does semicolon helps? Does semicolon? I'm sorry. Does semicolon help? What's the rule of semicolon? The rule of semicolon, you must have what? You must have semicolon. Say, if you write like that, semicolon, you must have two complete sentences. He is quite tall. If you use semicolon, there must be a complete sentence, but related. Related. What's that? He plays basketball. Quite well. Okay, so semicolon is fine, no problem. But it must be somehow connected. Okay, so this is basically semicolon. There are some other rules, but those we don't use that often. What if? Is there any kind of word we use after semicolon?
Relative pronoun.
What are those? No, after semicolon. Say if you write.
Oh.
What? So I'm using a semicolon. I'm using the
connectives.
Basketball. Quite well. Can we put anything?
Connectives.
What are those?
Besides, or
okay,
like.
Okay, so those are called adverb. It's a connective. What are those? You can use these. Thus, therefore, as a result, consequently, all these. You can use all these adverbial connectors. Huh? But after this, you must put a comma. After you put that, sometimes it's not always needed, but আপনারা যখন সেমিকোলনটা ইউজ করছেন তখন আপনারা কি করতে পারবেন, এগুলো দেখলে লেখক যারা পড়ছে এরা বুঝতে পারে যে আপনারা এই পাঞ্চুয়েশন সম্বন্ধে আপনার আইডিয়াটা ভালো, আপনি দিতে পারেন, যে কোনো সময় দিতে পারেন। আপনি আইসে লিখছেন, আপনি এটা ঢুকিয়ে দিলে এটার জন্য আপনি মার্ক পাবেন, অবশ্যই পাবেন।
রুল ইন সামারি, আই মিন
এটা সামারি হলো কমপ্লিট সেন্টেন্স। কমপ্লিট সেন্টেন্স আপনি মানে এটা অপশনাল, এটা সিচুয়েশন, কিন্তু যদি হাউএভার থাকে তখন তো আর অপশনাল হচ্ছে না। আচ্ছা, এখানকার রুলটা হলো এর আগে কোনো সময় কমা দিতে পারবেন না, এইগুলোর আগে আপনি কোনো সময় হয় ফুল স্টপ না সেমিকোলন, ইউ ক্যান্ট রাইট এইটা, দ্যাটস দ্য রুল। মানে আপনি কমা দিলে এটা রান আউট সেন্টেন্স হয়ে যাবে। ইউ ক্যান, আপনার হাউএভারটা আপনি এখানেও দিতে পারেন। দেখেন আপনি যেটা করতে পারেন, দেখাই, আপনি যেটা করতে পারেন, দেখেন কলকাতা ইজ, হয়তো আমি লিখলাম রাদার ডার্টি, লিখলাম ডার্টি হতে হবে এমন কোনো কথা নেই। আপনি যদি সেমিকলন দেন, সেমিকলন, তাহলে কি হবে, এখানে ঢাকা DHA কমা, বেশিরভাগই এভাবে লেখে ক্লিন, এইটা এখানে, তাহলে দিস ইজ আ কমা, দিস ইজ আ কমা। আবার এটা করতে পারতেন সেমিকোলন, এখানে কমা হবে না, কমা হলে উল্টাপাল্টা হয়ে যাবে। এখানে হাইওভারটা এখানেও লিখতে পারতেন, is pretty
Clear.
clear. ঠিক আছে, অথবা এটাও লিখতে পারেন সেমিকোলন ঢাকা is pretty however, কোনো সমস্যা নেই, ফুল স্টপ, নো প্রবলেম। সো এখানে আপনি ফুল স্টপ দিতে পারতেন, ফুল স্টপ দিলে যেটা করতে হতো হাইওয়ারটা বড় হাতের হতো, হাইওয়ার এখানে শুধু বড় হাতের হতো, ফুল স্টপ ওইটা, ঠিক আছে, আপনি যে কোনো একটা ইউজ করতে পারতেন। ঠিক আছে, এটা ইয়েতে চলে গেল। আমরা তাহলে একটু দেখলাম সেমিকোলনটা আমরা বেশি ইউজ করি, হ্যাঁ, অনেক ক্ষেত্রে। এই ক্ষেত্রে সেমিকোলনটা হচ্ছে আসলে এইটা, এন্ড এর পরিবর্তে আপনি লিখছেন, আপনি যদি এইটা লিখতেন, দেখেন Jack is pretty ambitious, ambitious about his future, 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 তারপর আপনি আবার লিখছেন যে however, আচ্ছা, আপনি কি এইভাবে লিখবেন but Jill is quite casual regarding this। আচ্ছা, এখানে আপনার পাঞ্চুয়েশন কি হবে? বাটের আগে কমা হবে?
কমা
হবে,
কমা তো হওয়ার কথা।
বাটের আগে কি কমা দিই আমরা? Jack is pretty ambitious about his future, but Jill is quite casual regarding this aspect.
পাঞ্চুয়েশন মার্ক কি হবে না?
আচ্ছা, শুনেন, হবে। আপনি যদি দেখেন এটা কিন্তু একটু লম্বা সেন্টেন্স, এইটাও লম্বা। যদি এখানে সাবজেক্ট থাকে তাহলে এর আগে কমা দেয়, সাবজেক্ট থাকতে হবে। এখন যদি এইটা হতো, বুঝছেন, এটা মূলত আমেরিকানরা বেশি ইউজ করে, কিন্তু বড় বড় সেন্টেন্সে এটা হলে কি বুঝতে সুবিধা হয় যে এর আগে একটা কমপ্লিট সেন্টেন্স আছে, এর পরেও একটা কমপ্লিট সেন্টেন্স আছে। এখানে কি না, হয়তো একই সাবজেক্ট হলেও খুব বেশি একটা সমস্যা নেই। যেমন এইটা হতে পারে বাট, বুঝছেন, এই যে যদি এইটা হতো Jack is tall but Jill is short, এখানে টেকনিক্যালি টেকনিক্যালি কিন্তু কমা বসে, কেননা এখানে কি হচ্ছে, নতুন একটা সাবজেক্ট, কিন্তু এটা বেশি শর্ট হলে এটা কমা দিলে কি হয়, এটা আনন্যাচারাল হয়ে যায়, বুঝছেন? হ্যাঁ, তাহলে এইটা ঠিক আছে। কিন্তু যখনই আপনার এটা দেখছেন একটু বেশি বড় হয়ে যাচ্ছে, তারপর আবার এখানে বড় হচ্ছে, তখন যদি দেখেন এই যে বাট এন্ড একই ব্যাপার, এটা যদি একই ডিরেকশনে ফলো করে, এখানে যদি নতুন একটা সাবজেক্ট আসে, ওখানেও আরেকটা সাবজেক্ট, ভিন্ন সাবজেক্ট অথবা একই সাবজেক্ট কিন্তু অনেক বড় সেন্টেন্স, তখন কি হবে, এন্ড এর আগে কি কমা বসে। এখন যেমন আবার আমেরিকানরা যেমন হি বট, এটা আমেরিকান, হি বট এ কার, কমা a bicycle and a house.
Sir, in the semicolon, to connect two sentence, in the second sentence after semicolon, the words does, therefore, what it called, which
conjunctive adverb, conjunctive, আপনি ইয়েতে conjunctive adverb দেন, আপনি গুগলে শুনুন, আপনি যদি এখন জানছেন তাহলে আপনি দেখবেন সুযোগ পাবেন ইউজ করার, কনজাংটিভ অ্যাডভার্ব দিলে অনেক সুন্দর পাবেন। হ্যাঁ, অনেক এই নিয়মে আপনি ইউজ করবেন, অনেক সুন্দর কনজাংটিভ অ্যাডভার্ব আছে, কিন্তু আমরা খেয়াল করি না, আমরা, আপনি জানা থাকলে ইউজ করতে পারবেন।
nevertheless is also an conjunctive adverb।
হ্যাঁ, ওখানে আপনি দেখেন, ওখানে লিস্ট থাকবে, ওই আপনি কিন্তু বুঝতে হবে কোনটা কনজাংটিভ অ্যাডভার্ব আর কোনটা সাবঅর্ডিনেট কনজাংশন, দুইটা কিন্তু এক নিয়ম না। সাবঅর্ডিনেট কনজাংশনের সঙ্গে আপনি কমা ইউজ করবেন, কিন্তু কনজাংটিভ অ্যাডভার্বের সঙ্গে আপনি আগে কমা ইউজ করতে পারবেন না, হয় সেমিকোলন না হয় ফুল স্টপ, না হলে এটা রান অন সেন্টেন্স হয়ে যাবে। এটা কিন্তু বি ভেরি কেয়ারফুল।
এখানে স্যার
হ্যাঁ বলুন।
এই সেন্টেন্সটা তো এখানে তো স্যার অনেক জায়গায় আবার দেখি যে এন্ড এর আগে আবার কমা হয়, এই যে এই ধরনের ইয়ের
এটা
ক্ষেত্রে
হচ্ছে আমেরিকান, এটা হচ্ছে আমেরিকান।
না আবার কমা হয়, এন্ড এর আগেও কমা দেয়।
না 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 না, এন্ড এর আগে হবে, এন্ড এর আগে আপনি কোথাও পাবেন না, গ্যারান্টি। দারুন 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 দারুন।
এটা কি স্যার ব্রিটিশ এটা?
হ্যাঁ 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 হ্যাঁ, না না ঠিক আছে, এটা ঠিক আছে, আপনি যা বলেছেন ঠিক আছে। এন্ড এর আগে না, এন্ড এর আগে না,
এন্ড এর আগেও কমা দেয়, এরকম एग्जांपल অনেক ক্ষেত্রে দেখি আমি।
না না দাঁড়ান, ওইটা আমেরিকান ইউজ, ব্রিটিশরা এটা দেয় না, ব্রিটিশরা দেয় না, কিন্তু দুইটা থাকলে একার
এন্ড এখানে কমা হবে না,
এখানে হবে না, দুইটা, কিন্তু তিনটা থাকলে এটা ঠিক আছে, এন্ড এর আগে কমা। এখানে দেয় এটা কি, এটা মিক্স আপ যাতে না হয়, যাতে এ বাইসাইকেল এন্ড দ্য হর্স, এটা যাতে মিক্স আপ না হয়। ওই যে থাকে না ব্রেড এন্ড বাটার, ওই এই ধরনের, এটা আমেরিকানরা ইউজ করে।
ক্লিয়ার হইছে এটা। হ্যাঁ,
এটা আমেরিকানরা ইউজ করে, ব্রিটিশরা ওরা ইউজ করে না,
মানে আমি এটার ব্যাখ্যাটা পাচ্ছিলাম না। ঠিক আছে, এখন তো হচ্ছে,
এটা হচ্ছে আমেরিকানদের সব জায়গায় দেখবেন ওরা এই সেন্টেন্সের আগেও দেয়, এবং তিনটা এক্স ওয়াই, এই যে এক্স ওয়াই
কমা এন্ড জেড,
কমা এন্ড
জেড। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, এটা
এরা এইভাবে দেয়, এটা আমেরিকানদের, দিস ইজ আমেরিকান ইউজ। স্যাট, আমরা যে স্যাট পরীক্ষা নিই, স্যাট পরীক্ষায় এটা এই রুল, এটা আইসে, এটা আবার ইটস নট, এটা অপশন। ঠিক আছে, আমরা এটা একটু দেখলাম। আচ্ছা, এখন অন্য কিছু একটু দেখি, অন্য কিছু আমরা পরে দেখবো। দাঁড়ান, এর আগে আচ্ছা এটা, আচ্ছা ওই জিনিস পরে দেখবো আমরা। এখন তাহলে একটু ইয়েতে চলে যাই। হ্যাঁ, একটু এই জিনিসে আমরা একটু চলে যাই। এইগুলো আসলে কি জানেন, এইগুলো যত করবেন আস্তে আস্তে দেখবেন আপনার এটা ক্লিয়ার হচ্ছে। প্রত্যেকটা থেকে এক একটা প্রবলেম কি হবে, আপনার প্রবলেমটা ক্লিয়ার হতে থাকবে। আচ্ছা দাঁড়ান, আচ্ছা এখন আমাকে বলেন, এই যে এই সেন্টেন্সটা নিচের কোনটা কারেক্ট? এটা সব জিম্যাট থেকে নেওয়া। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, জিম্যাট থেকে নেওয়া। Declining values for farm equipment and land, the collateral against which farmers borrow to get through the harvest season is going to force, আপনি যখন এইসব বুঝবেন তখন বড় বড় সেন্টেন্স লিখতে পারবেন, মানে কোনো ভুল হবে না। আপনি ইচ্ছা মতো, মানে যখন আপনি ডাইসেক্ট করতে পারবেন, চার আপনাকে যদি বলা হয় 6 লাইনের একটা সেন্টেন্স লিখো, আপনি লিখে আপনি বলবেন কোথাও ভুল নেই। যখন আপনার বড় বড় সেন্টেন্স হ্যান্ডেল করার মানে ইয়েটা কম থাকবে, দেখবে যে কোথাও না কোথাও উল্টাপাল্টা হচ্ছে। আচ্ছা এখন আমাকে বলেন এখানে, আচ্ছা আগে বলেন সাবজেক্ট কোনটা? আচ্ছা একটা সেন্টেন্সের সবচেয়ে ইম্পর্টেন্ট কি একটা সেন্টেন্স? আচ্ছা বিভিন্ন ধরনের সেন্টেন্স আছে, কিন্তু জেনারেলি আমরা কি বলি, সাবজেক্ট আর কি, আর প্রেডিকেট। সাবজেক্ট আর প্রেডিকেট। হ্যাঁ, আচ্ছা এখানে সাবজেক্ট প্রেডিকেট কিভাবে ভাগ করবেন বলেন তো?
এটাই তো স্যার সমস্যা, এই কারণে তো আপনাকে ক্লাস নিতে বললাম এটা।
হ্যাঁ, আপনি আমাকে
এটা প্রবলেম হয় আর কি স্যার। হ্যাঁ, এই
এটা ক্লিয়ার হয়ে যাবে। আপনি বলেন আমাকে সাবজেক্ট
আর কোলাটেরালটা মনে হচ্ছে আর কি স্যার, সাবজেক্ট
আর প্রেডিকেট। প্রেডিকেট কি? সাবজেক্ট হলো সাবজেক্ট কি, মানে এর ইয়েটা কি, মানে
কমপ্লিট করছে,
উদ্দেশ্য আর বিধায়ক না কি যেন ভুলে গেছি, সব ছোটবেলায় করে।
বিধেয়
আর
যে করছে, যাকে নিয়ে বলা হচ্ছে সেটা হলো সাবজেক্ট, আর ও যা করছে সেটা হচ্ছে প্রেডিকেট। সাবজেক্টটা হলো যে করছে এবং ওকে নিয়ে যা এক্সট্রা বলছে, এটা হলো সাবজেক্ট। আর প্রেডিকেট হলো যে করছে। শুনুন, প্রেডিকেট কি দিয়ে স্টার্ট হবে? আপনার প্রেডিকেট স্টার্ট হবে, এটা খেয়াল রাখবেন, বি অথবা মেইন ভার্ব। মেইন ভার্ব, বি ভার্ব মানে কি? বি ভার্ব হলো ইজ, am, are, was, were, be, been, being, being, being। আচ্ছা বুঝছেন, being, been, আচ্ছা, is am are was were be been সঙ্গে DEING। আচ্ছা, এইগুলো হলো কি is, এটা হলো be verb, আর মেইন ভার্ব তো ওয়ার্ক, স্লিপ, এইগুলো। ঠিক আছে, এইগুলো। আচ্ছা, এখন এটা একটু তাড়াতাড়ি বলেন, আমাকে এখন বলেন কুইক। কি হলো? হ্যাঁ, মিজান ভাই আছেন?
হ্যাঁ আছে স্যার।
হ্যাঁ মিজান ভাই, তাড়াতাড়ি বলেন আমার এখানে সাবজেক্ট কোনটা, কুইক। জিআরই করতে
ভ্যালুজ নাকি স্যার?
হ্যাঁ, ডিক্লাইনিং
ভ্যালুজ।
আপনি তো চোখে মানে বাধা থাকলেও আপনার মানে সময় লাগার কথা না। আচ্ছা, আগে প্রেডিকেট বলেন, আগে সাবজেক্ট আর প্রেডিকেট, এগুলো কিন্তু খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট। প্রেডিকেট তো থেকেই শুরু করতে হবে। কোথা থেকে শুরু হবে?
ইজ এর পর থেকে বাকিটুকু প্রেডিকেট স্যার।
গুড।
সাবজেক্ট স্যার এখানে কোল্যাটারাল।
আচ্ছা আসছি ভাই, আসছি। আচ্ছা, এটা হচ্ছে ফার্স্টে ওখান থেকে শুরু করি। আগেরটা সাবজেক্ট, পরেরটা প্রেডিকেট। হ্যাঁ, প্রেডিকেট কি দিয়ে শুরু হচ্ছে?
ইজ এর পর থেকে
ইজ মানে বি ভার্ব, একটা বি ভার্ব দিয়ে শুরু হচ্ছে। আচ্ছা, এখন নিয়ম হলো এই পুরোটুক হচ্ছে কি? পুরোটুক হচ্ছে কম্পাউন্ড সাবজেক্ট। কম্পাউন্ড আর অন্য জায়গায় অন্য নাম হতে পারে, আমি ধরলাম কম্পাউন্ড, আপনি বুঝতে পারলেই হলো। কম্পাউন্ড সাবজেক্ট মানে কি? সাবজেক্ট প্লাস আদার মডিফায়ার। ঠিক আছে, মডিফায়ার, এইটা দিয়ে হচ্ছে কমপ্লিট সাবজেক্ট। কিন্তু এই কম্পাউন্ড সাবজেক্টের মধ্যে কি থাকবে? একটা সিম্পল সাবজেক্ট। এটা বেশিরভাগ ক্ষেত্রে কি হবে? নাউন, জিরান হতে পারে নাউন। সো এই এতগুলোর মধ্যে একটা ওয়ার্ড থাকবে যেটা কি? এটা হলো কি? সিম্পল সাবজেক্ট। আপনার সিম্পল সাবজেক্টটা বের করতে হবে। কেন ইম্পর্টেন্ট? ওইটার উপর নির্ভর করবে। দেখেন এখানে ইজ এম আর, ইজ হবে না আর হবে। যদি ওইটা প্লুরাল হয় তাহলে ইজটা কি হবে? এটা যে কোনো জায়গায় থাকতে পারে, বুঝছেন? তো এই জন্য এটা খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট, আপনার ইজটা, বুঝছেন? হ্যাঁ, দাঁড়ান একটা মিনিট। হ্যাঁ, এখন আমাকে বলেন, আমাকে এখন ভেঙে বলেন, শোনেন। এই যে এইটা ভূমিকা কি? এই যে আচ্ছা, কমা কখন আসে? আমার মনে করেন একটা সেন্টেন্সে কমা কখন আসবে? মূলত বিভিন্ন ভাবে আসতে পারে। আমি যদি দেখেন বলি জ্যাক ইটস পিৎজা, আমি যদি এটা বলি, আমি কি এখানে কোনো সময় কমা দেব? আমি কমা দেব এখানে? কমা কখন দেব বলতো?
যখন ওটাকে মডিফাই করার প্রয়োজন হবে।
হ্যাঁ, নরমালি আমরা কিন্তু খুব বেসিক থেকে এগোচ্ছি। হ্যাঁ, সিচুয়েশন অনেক ধরনের, কিন্তু আমরা বেসিক। এটা কমা তখনই হবে যদি আমার এক্সট্রা কোনো কিছু আমি ওখানে যোগ করতে চাই, না হলে কিন্তু কমা আমার সাবজেক্ট আর ভার্বের আগে কোনো কমা নাই। আচ্ছা, এখানে আমাকে বলেন, তাহলে এখানে একটা কমা এসছে, তাহলে কমার এরপরে কি আছে? এই যে এটাকে কি বলে? বলেন আব্দুল্লাহ ভাই, এইটা বলে। এই জিনিসটা কি রোল প্লে করছে? এটা কাকে মডিফাই করছে?
এটাই তো স্যার ওই যে ডিক্লাইনিং কে করছে, এটাই তো মেইন সাবজেক্ট আর কি। এখন
না,
নাকি
না, এটা সাবজেক্ট না।
মানে এটাই আমার কনফিউশন হয় আর কি।
আমরা এইটাই আমরা এখন করছি। আমরা এইটাই আমরা দেখছি। এই জিনিসটা কি?
কোনটা স্যার?
এইটা হচ্ছে, এটা রিলেটিভ ক্লজ না ইয়া ভাই, মিজান ভাই?
জি স্যার, রিলেটিভ ক্লজ মনে হচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ, ক্লজ।
এটা কি বলছে? এটা হচ্ছে রিলেটিভ ক্লজ। হ্যাঁ, এটা হচ্ছে
রিলেটিভ ক্লজ।
আর রিলেটিভ প্রোনাউন কোনটা?
হুইচ।
ঠিক আছে। আচ্ছা, নিয়ম হলো সরি কি হলো, হ্যাঁ, তো নিয়ম হলো against which কি হলো, আচ্ছা এখানে which হবে, হ্যাঁ আমি লিখে দিচ্ছি, এখানে কি হবে which, হ্যাঁ আচ্ছা এইটা কি, এটা কাকে মডিফাই করবে, ওর আগের নাউনকে। আচ্ছা একটা কথা, এইটা কি, এই যে ফর ফার্ম ইকুইপমেন্ট এন্ড ল্যান্ড, আপনাকে প্রত্যেকটা বুঝতে হবে, একটা সেন্টেন্সে প্রত্যেকটা পার্টকে আপনাকে কি করতে হবে, কি
ভেঙে ভেঙে
আপনাকে ভেঙে ভেঙে
হুম,
ভেঙে ভেঙে ইয়ে করতে হবে, না হলে কিন্তু হবে না।
পাওয়া যাবে না।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা একটু দাঁড়ান, আমি একটু ইয়ে করি। আচ্ছা কোথায় যাব, আচ্ছা এই যে দেখছেন না, হ্যাঁ এইটা কি আপনি বলেন, ইয়ে ভাই আব্দুল ভাই, এইটা আমাকে বলেন, এইটা ফর ফার্ম ইকুইপমেন্ট এন্ড ল্যান্ড, এইটা কি, এইটা কি, এইটা তো আমরা
আছে
বলছি
প্রিপোজিশনাল ফ্রেজ কিনা স্যার এটা?
হ্যাঁ গুড গুড, ফরটা হচ্ছে প্রিপোজিশন, তাহলে এটা একটা প্রিপোজিশনাল ফ্রেজ।